Welcome, and you tuned in to another edition of Homage Speaks, where Muhammad is due, homage is paid. And right now, we got to pay homage to the one, the young, talented Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is one of the most intriguing storylines in the NFL right now. He is one of the emerging stars. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes. Though I believe Patrick Mahomes possesses some incredible abilities in reference to his arm talent and his athleticism, I would like to explore what I believe is the reason why he is having some early success in the NFL. Now, one thing we know about Coach Andy Reid that cannot be questioned is his ability to develop the quarterback position. Andy Reid has been around the game for a long time, and several years he is one of the most innovative signal callers the game has ever seen. His ability to consistently, innovatively reinvent the West Coast offense is the reason why he's still a coach in the NFL. Believe that. But Andy Reid is living his dream right now. Though he has coached some great quarterbacks. We talking about number 7. We talking about number 5. We talking about number 4. For those who don't know who those guys are, we talking about Mike Vick, Hall of Famer Brett Favre, and probably future Hall of Famer Donovan McNabb. Matter of fact, I believe all three of those quarterbacks are going to be in the Hall of Fame. Donovan McNabb is amazing. One of the most elite players at his position. Several years it was Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and then you got to start talking Donovan McNabb in that class. What he was able to do for about a 6, 7 year span in the NFL was unreal. But let's be real here. Though he has coached several people and several talented skill position players in his offense has been under his tutelage. He has never had a quarterback under his tutelage with the arm strength and arm talent of Brett Favre aligned with the personnel grouping that he has in Kansas City right now. Now, one can argue Michael Vick, Sean Jackson, Avant, Shady McCoy, and Jeremy Maclin was amazing. But what they got down there with DeAnthony Thomas, Chris Conley, Sammy Watkins, Tariq Hill, and Hunt, and Travis Kelce. We haven't even, when you talk to Chiefs, you don't even mention the Pro Bowler Travis Kelce, who is arguably, if you're not talking about Gronkowski, talking about that 87 as the best tight end in the game. But let's go a little bit deep. Andy Reid had the opportunity to see the diamond in the rough in Brett Favre early before anybody else did. He was coaching at UTEP, and when he was coaching at UTEP, he played against Southern Mississippi, and he saw Brett Favre and what he could be. Now, knowing Andy Reid trusted his ability to develop the position and coach the quarterback position, he's always been a great developer of that position. So when he saw Mahomes for the first time, he started making the comparisons and saw the similarity between Brett Favre long before the media even caught wind of it. Him and Brett Favre used to have conversations about Mahomes all the time. They even went to a couple of games to see Mahomes while he was at Texas Tech and kind of started to work it out. Andy Reid loved how both players can extend play. They have the unique ability to make plays, make something out of nothing. Due to all the experience that Andy Reid has had coaching from the McNabbs and the Favres and these great quarterbacks, he is now properly able to prepare Patrick Mahomes for NFL dominance. That's what y'all got to understand. I believe that Andy Reid improved Donovan McNabb so much as a pocket passer that Donovan McNabb lost his natural gift of getting busy and scrambling and running and extending plays. He forgot how dynamic of a playmaker that he was with his legs. Once he got hold of Michael Vick, he was able to captivate Michael Vick's unique talents into an effective and efficient quarterback. But he didn't have long enough time to make him what we wanted him to be or what we thought he could be. We are witnessing this again. Andy Reid, a former running back coach and now chief offensive coordinator, who I personally love by the way he was talking to AP when he was at Minnesota, Ed Bieniemy has done a remarkable job by designing play calling that even distributes the personnel talent of the Chiefs by creating readable mismatches in the passing attack to counteract the gunslinger mentality of one Patrick Mahomes. If you go back and look at Patrick Mahomes in college, he was pretty much averaging a pick a game. Threw 3 touchdowns, but he was giving you a pick a game. He is a gunslinger. So we understand this. So by design as coaches, being the coach that Andy Reid is, we have to strategically keep him out of that mentality. We have to strategically keep him from doing what he naturally do, and that's trust his arm talent. No, he's an incredibly smart quarterback. We're gonna need him to trust his mind and trust his read and not rely on his arm talent. We're gonna beat you the way Tom Brady beat you. We're gonna beat you the way Peyton Manning beat you. We're gonna beat you the way Drew Brees beat you. And beat you with this up here and play with the mind. Andy Reid has done this strategically by aligning Mahomes with Hill, Conley, Thompson, Watkins, and Hunt, and not to even mention Kelsey. He creates mismatches upon mismatches by design, by the way he calls the play. Prime example, I was watching the Giants game, and I did not like how the New York Giants put Sterling Shepard, Evan Turner, Evan Thomas, and Odell on the same side, and then also swinging Saquon Barkley to that side. Teams were able to load up coverage the first couple games, load up coverage and put their defenders, put their best defenders on the side. We all know what trips is. Something's going to come back to you. You're going to get one short, one intermediate, one deep route. They're going to try to pick you to create separation. Something's going to cross. We can defend that better than we are when we spread these guys out or we utilize motion. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the Kansas City Chiefs offense, but they would come out in the formation and they would motion 2 or 3 times just to get the look and get Patrick Mahomes to be able to identify where the blitz is coming from, what kind of coverage they're in, easier by being able to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and motion multiple times. I've seen a play where Tyreek Hill starts at the top of the formation, motions down, motions back up, and then loops back around. Once he gets back even with Patrick Mahomes and Kareem Hunt, he loops back around and then swing passes. Now, of course, when you see this as a defense, Tyreek Hill being the deadly player that he is, you have to take that. But when you're taking that, you have Tyreek Hill running a wheel walk from the backfield, mainly lined up on your nickel corner or a linebacker by design. Next thing you know, you have my guy Travis Kelsey releasing freely up the seam or in the flat to give him his safety valve read. It is also giving him free releases for Sammy Watkins to hit the skinny post, or you got Chris Conley in the seam right behind the skinny post. Mind you, you got the wheel, and then you got Kareem Hunt picking up pass protection. These guys are designing this by far, but I have to give Andy Reid a lot of the credit simply because he has done a masterful job of designing plays that fit Patrick Mahomes' skill set. I don't know if y'all understand, but since I want to say like 2012, Patrick Mahomes, that pass he threw in the preseason to Tyreek Hill against Atlanta, that pass traveled 69.8 yards in the air. That was the longest pass in the air since 2012. Patrick Mahomes can throw it. So he is designing things kind of similar for the plays they used to run with Deshaun Jackson to stretch defenses out. But the way, because of the personnel grouping groups that they have out there on the field, he's miraculously changed what defenses do. You have to adjust to them now. Defenses have not caught up to the Chiefs because they're using so many multiple personnel groupings and so many different formations to catch up with them. But as the season goes on, teams are going to figure them out, and Andy Reid is going to have to continue to not make sure Patrick Mahomes go back to his old habit and go to pull mechanic, throwing that sidearm throw and throwing interceptions. Andy Reid, it is up to you. This is the most talented offense that you have ever had in your entire coaching career outside of the one you had in Philadelphia with Shady McCoy, Vic, Macklin, and Deshaun Jackson chasing the punt, and Brett Selleck at the tight end. This team is a little bit more deadly than that. And you have to take advantage of this. The AFC is wide open. The Chiefs do have to get some defensive issues together. Eric Berry getting back to speed will help this process. as they continue to go forward, as long as they take care of the AFC West, the team that they have to pay close attention to is the Chargers that they knocked off early in San Diego. So the next game it's going to be in San Diego. It's going to be in Kansas City. It's going to be a tough game for those guys. But you can't sleep on Case Keenum and Denver. That is a prideful bunch. They're going to play the game hard. But make no mistake about it. Patrick Mahomes is on his way as long as Andy Reid can continue to play to his strengths, continue to work on his mechanics and the fundamentals of the game, which he normally does at an exceptional level because he's a developer of the quarterback position. But make no mistake about it, Patrick Mahomes, with this personnel grouping, is going to be smoking the city in Kansas City for a long time. And with that being said, we marks another edition of 100 Speaks.